How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, and it is E3 leak season. Like always, every year there's more new Fromsoftware potential type of leaks, from Miyazaki making a Red Dead-like cowboy game to him making a survival horror Dead Space type of game. There's always these every single year, but right now we actually have one that seems like it might be kind of credible, and in my opinion, seems like 95% legit. Obviously, we don't exactly know until E3 comes by if that actually does end up happening, but let me go ahead and talk to you guys about this possible new Fromsoftware project. So first of all, if you guys remember, maybe about a month or two back, there was a certain rumor that George R.R. Martin was working with Fromsoftware and Miyazaki on a new game. It was supposed to be some type of like medieval castle conquering game. For example, I think the premise was you're a king and you go and take over other castles by defeating their king, and then you become king of that kingdom. It was something like that, but it was supposed to be an open world. And obviously the thing that got people the most excited are the freaking names attached to it. You know, George R.R. Martin, the creator of Game of Thrones, the writer of all the books, and Miyazaki, obviously the creator of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, just about all of your favorite Fromsoftware games. Now this had people super excited, but really that's all it was. You know, it was some speculation, some fun dreaming, some fun possible leaks, and people, I feel like, kind of just put it behind their head, behind their mind. I definitely remember thinking to myself, this is not going to happen, but it doesn't seem crazy. It doesn't seem like such an out there name that, like, there's no way this would happen, you know? It's not like if somebody said, oh, Steven Spielberg is making a video game with Miyazaki. If somebody said that, that would be more out there. But considering George R.R. Martin is a respected writer, you know, Game of Thrones, it doesn't seem really far-fetched. Now, earlier today, or I guess yesterday, at the point that you guys are watching this video, George R.R. Martin wrote a blog post mainly talking about the season finale of Game of Thrones, which, by the way, oh boy, that was rough, wasn't it? That was a rough goddamn season. Still a great show and everything, but man, it's a bummer that the season had to end the way it did. But in the blog post, he did talk about a couple different things, you know, specifically the writing and stuff like that for the whole season. You guys can go read the whole thing yourself if you're interested. But at one point, he did mention something very interesting. Let me go ahead and just read you guys the interesting sentence that he wrote in the blog post, and obviously you're going to realize what it is as soon as I say it. So first of all, he said, there are these short films I am hoping to make, adaptations of classic stories by one of the most brilliant, quirky, and original writers our genre has ever produced. That's a little bit separate, but then after that, he says, I've consulted on a video game out of Japan. Now that is, I think, too much of a coincidence to be just like another like, there's no way that these, I guess, leaks and rumors come out about a month ago talking about a possible Fromsoftware George R.R. Martin game. There's no way it's going to be a different studio. He is 100% talking about this game with Fromsoftware. And to go along with that, the same day, Gematsu made an article talking about this same situation. So apparently they have a source, and one of these sources is telling them that this game is actually real. This Fromsoftware George R.R. Martin Miyazaki crossover type of game is indeed real. It's right now known as Project GR. Apparently they have been working on this game for 3 years now. Obviously your typical type of development that you see for any of the other Fromsoftware games. And it seems to be the same premise that we heard about a month ago. An open world type of game where you can ride horses and you take over kingdoms. And it is also said to be published by Bandai and Namco. And another thing, which, oh my god, this one is real too. Apparently it's supposed to be announced at E3 this year. Oh boy, apparently it's supposed to be announced at the Microsoft E3 press conference. Holy shit, man. This is kind of turning out to be real. Obviously, like I said, they only really have one source. They don't have multiple sources. And who knows, maybe by the time that I'm uploading this video or it's been out for a couple hours, they'll be like, oh, you know what, we just got another source, they said it's all bullshit. But at the moment, I think it's not a coincidence, this whole George R.R. Martin blog post about consulting on a game from Japan, from a Japanese studio, I should say. This rumor coming back, apparently a source talking to Gamatsu. But this is all exciting, man. It's just, you know, we got the new IP just earlier this year in Sekiro, being, in my opinion, one of the best, probably I'd say the second best Fromsoftware game, right behind Bloodborne. At least when it comes to, you know, single player. If we're talking PvP, you throw in Dark Souls 3 in there. Dark Souls 1, a couple different stories, but we got this amazing game, has some of the most refined and fun combat, and now we have this potential, I guess, credited leak type of rumor that this game is going to be announced at Microsoft's E3 press conference. Now, one thing that was kind of weird also, and I don't think this really has anything to do with anything, I guess I'm just saying it, but obviously Bandai Namco, they want eyes on anything that they make, right? So they had emailed me, I'd say 2 weeks ago. Now, I don't think this was to me specifically. This was probably just to a broad group of people that are probably YouTubers that make Dark Souls content and stuff like that. And they did personally invite me to go to like a VIP lounge at E3 and kind of be like a VIP type of person where you get to play some of the games that are going to be coming out. And also, they said to get a look at some unannounced titles. Now that's really all the email said. I don't even know if I should be saying it, but I mean it's nothing, right? It's not, they don't say that this is a real thing, but it's a little bit weird that they would say that. But also they have new titles every single year. It could be absolutely nothing. It could be just me looking into things. Now sadly I'm not going to be able to make it to E3, so I had to turn them down, but I guess it kind of works out if this whole rumor leak is real, because I want to be here, man. I want to be here reacting to the video. I want to be here reacting to the announcement, to the press conferences, maybe even streaming it live with Facecam on Twitch. Could be a lot of fun. It's something that I've never done before. I did want to do it last year, but was it last year? Last year was when I went to E3, actually, for the first time ever. It was cool. It was cool to go there for the first time. I didn't get to play shit, because, I mean, the lines are just ridiculous. Obviously, it's a different story when it comes to being invited, but there would probably still be a lot of people. This game specifically most likely wouldn't be there, but I do remember going to E3 and looking around in the secret playrooms, because they always have those secret playrooms where you could record gameplays or where they show presentations on certain games. For example, like they showed presentations on Sekiro, new Call of Duty, Cyberpunk. A bunch of stuff came out of there, if you remember. And I do remember trying to get into one of those presentation rooms to get a look at Sekiro, and I was like, oh, can I go in there to play Oh god, thinking about it now, I feel like such an idiot. And I remember them being like, oh, this is actually just by appointment. God, and I feel like such a dumbass even asking. Either way, man, I'm excited. I enjoy leak and rumor season. Once we get closer to E3, there's a lot of things I'm very excited for E3 this year, because there's a lot of potential for some great games still this whole year. You know, we have the possibility of a next generation of consoles coming here in the next couple years. There's a lot of good stuff, man, and a Fromsoftware game is definitely needed, because at this point, you know, I'm probably going to make another video on this, but I've done everything in Sekiro, and I have nothing else really to do in it. But I did say, and I have said before, I think that this whole year we're probably going to get the DLC, and then next year, probably not going to be this game. This is not, I don't think, a 2020 game, even though it does say they have been working on it for 3 years. This is like a 2021 type of game. Probably going to be multi-platform if they're announcing it at the Microsoft studio, and it's published by Bandai Namco. So most likely you won't have to worry about console exclusivity if you're a PC player or Xbox One or PS4 player. It's most likely going to be on all of those. But either way, man, that is going to be it for this video. I just wanted to talk about this because, you know, why not? It's fun to look at these leaks and these rumors and speculate on them and give you guys my opinion. And like always, I would love to hear yours. Leave that in the comment section down below. Apart from the little bit of info we have, you know, open world game, Stuff like you can ride horses, story written in cooperation maybe with George R.R. Martin and Miyazaki and his team at Fromsoftware. Published by Bandai Namco, making it multi-platform. The ability to take over kingdoms by defeating their kings. It's kind of a sick premise, to be honest. I would love to hear your thoughts on this premise, on the potential that this game might have. Let me know. Either way, thank you guys very much for watching. If you made it this far, a like is very much appreciated. Like always, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace, everybody.